Luna here. Welcome to Luna Fires episode 133. Hey, what a great day to have you guys here for a quick few minutes. As you could tell, it is not my typical background. I'm not in my studio. I'm actually in Sarasota, Florida, conducting an event that it's going to start here in a few hours. So we're going to get started. We're going to dive right in. I'm going to be talking to you today about social distancing for success, okay? And it's not the typical social distancing that you're thinking about, because I believe that there's certain things that you should actually, practice distancing in a very permanent way, okay? Not only just, for when things are going well or for when things are not going well. I believe that if you practice social distancing for the things that I'm about to share with you in a permanent way, trust me, your life is going to be different. So, hey, we're about to start a new year, but you don't have to wait for the new year to start so that you can start obviously doing some great improvements in your life. One of the things that I often tell people is don't let the year determine who you are going to become. You let yourself determine who you're going to become by making the right choices and decisions, on a, moment to moment basis. All right. So this is a list that I'm going to be sharing with you of the social distancing that you want to do permanently if you truly want to have a successful end of the year, successful week, successful, next coming year. So make sure that you pay close attention. As I'm sharing it, all I ask you is leave me a message down below, whether you agree or disagree. And, if you can go ahead and share this video, if you like it, that would help out so that we can, obviously achieve to expand it to other people as well. Okay. So social distancing for success. Let me explain to you what is it that I mean by. Number one, you must distance yourself in a permanent format from the negative people that do not add or multiply to your dreams, in your life. You got to do it. In my case, I had to do it with some, we even with certain family members, and others were friends. And it doesn't mean that you get to eliminate them out of your life. It means that, what? You're going to give them restrictive access because, if you're hearing their negativity, they're just going to, guess what? They're just going to mess it up for you. And whether you may agree on that or not, but I had certainly friends and certain people that literally would ask me would actually wouldn't ask me, would always share that, what, Raul, you're going too fast. Raul, when you die, you're not going to take anything with you. Like, I would always hear very negativity things. And you know what? Instead of giving me hope, instead of giving me, inspiration, instead of giving me motivation, it actually depressed me because in a way, I didn't want to tell him, hey, you know what? I didn't want to tell him, I don't agree with you, because I didn't want to make him feel bad. But hey, this is the type of distancing that you truly want to make. Why? Because listen, the virus is going to go. It's going to come and go. Hopefully, there's going to be some solutions here coming soon. But the reality is, if you're not getting negative people out of your life in a permanent way, then that's always going to be with you wherever you go. Okay. That's one. Okay. So you gotta keep distancing in a permanent way from negative people. How about from doubt? From that little voice that comes into your own inner mind and starts telling you that you're not, that you're not enough, that why should you succeed, that you're not going to make it, that you should actually be be comfortable where you are, and things like that. So that's something that you're going to have to work with your own self, but you should basically distance yourself from the self-doubt. You should distance yourself from the excuses. Oftentimes people give excuses, and I treat them, excuses are like a band-aid. They only fix the situation on the moment, but after the moment has actually passed, you're feeling bad. And the excuse doesn't give food to the spirit. It actually gives, it gives even more food to the doubt, because guess what? Whether you know it or not, that same excuse eventually is going to create even more doubt in you. Okay. So You want to distance yourself from excuses. You want to distance yourself from the ignorance. You want to distance yourself from the bad habits. You want to distance yourself from from bad debt. You want to distance yourself from, skinny deals. You want to distance yourself from laziness. You want to distance yourself, from scarcity. And all those are the things that you want to distance yourself in a very permanent way. There's the law of opposites, and I know you've heard it. It's, if you have a left, there's a right. If there's if there's a floor, there's a ceiling. If there's cold, there's hot, and things like that, right? Well, let me tell you one thing. If you're not distancing, there's positive and negative. If you are not distancing from the negative, then don't expect to ever get the positive in your life. Don't expect for, great things happening in your life. And I just gave you a very short list of all the things that you should be distancing from, and permanently. So if you're not distancing from that, don't think you will get the positivity by default. You get the negativity by default, but I don't think that the positivity goes by default. And I'll compare it with lift and gravity. The airplane, to fly needs the gravity. And if you notice, gravity is something that we're reminded every single day, because your feet wouldn't be able to be on the floor if it wasn't because of gravity. See, gravity is by automatic, but lift is by choice. Gravity is by automatic. Lift is by choice. And you got to decide if you want to lift yourself up. You got to decide if you want to take that lift. And the law of the opposite says there's gravity, but there's also obviously lift. Lift is by decision. It's by choice. It's by design. And if you don't believe it, look at the planes. Look at what happens when they fly. But they had to get designed. It was by choice. It was by purpose. And see, the same thing. To me, negativity is like gravity. It's always going to be there. The question is, are you getting closer to knowledge, to wisdom? And the only way that I know that you can get closer to wisdom, to knowledge, to happiness, to prosperity, to success is by distancing yourself from the negativity. The only way that I know that you're going to lift in life is by distancing yourself by gravity. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for being here with me today. If you want to continue learning about real estate investing and also personal development, emotional intelligent development, go to raullunaacademy.com and take a look at what we got there. Let me send you a virtual hug from Sarasota, Florida to wherever you are. And always remember that there's always more, that there's always a better way. And at the end, it truly only depends on you to change your life. See you next time. Thank you.